Have you ever noticed this? You walk through a crowd, yet still feel invisible. The city is loud, cars honking, phones buzzing, people talking everywhere, but somehow, no one is talking to you. This is the story of a man who was invisible to the world, and a dog who made him feel that he was finally seen. Ethan was 26, not young enough to live only on dreams, not old enough to feel settled. He worked the night shift, not because he loved it, not because it paid well, but because something had to be done. The city never slept, and neither did Ethan. Every night felt the same. Office lights too bright, air conditioning too cold, people too busy. His boss was always rushing. His coworkers were polite but distant. No one asked, "How was your day?" And even if they did, no one waited for the answer. When Ethan's shift ended, the city was still alive. People laughing in bars, couples walking together, friends arguing over food. And Ethan walked alone. He opened his apartment door. The same silence greeted him every night. Lights on, shoes off, phone on the table. No notifications, no missed calls. Dinner was whatever was easiest, something microwaved, tasteless, forgettable. Sometimes he ate standing up. Sitting felt unnecessary. The TV stayed on, not to watch, just to remind him that sound still existed. The world was full of noise, but no one was speaking for him. Ethan slept late, woke up tired, repeated the same day. Not sad enough to cry, not happy enough to care, just existed. That night, it was raining. Not the romantic kind, the heavy kind. The kind that soaks your shoes and makes you question your life. Ethan's shift ended late. He pulled his jacket tighter and started walking home. That's when he saw it, near the sidewalk, under a streetlight. A shape, small, still. At first, he thought it was trash. Then it moved. A dog, completely soaked, shivering, one leg bent at an odd angle, ears down, tail barely moving, fear in its eyes, but also trust. Not aggressive, not begging, just watching. Ethan slowed down. His mind spoke first. "I'm already tired. My life is already heavy. Someone else will help." He took 2 steps forward, then stopped. Something felt wrong. The dog didn't bark, didn't run. It just looked at him like it was asking a question. "Are you going to ignore me too?" Ethan stood there, rain falling harder, cold reaching his bones, and the thought hit him, heavier than the rain. "I can't take care of anyone else. My life is already falling apart." Then another thought followed, quiet, sharp. "If I walk away, am I walking away from myself too?" He looked around. No one stopped. Cars kept passing. Each splash made the dog flinch. Ethan took a deep breath. No drama, and said something he hadn't said in weeks. "All right." The vet clinic was almost closed. The receptionist looked surprised. "So late?" Ethan just nodded. The dog stayed quiet the entire time. No growling, no resistance. It leaned against Ethan's leg, as if it already trusted him. The vet examined the injury. Not life-threatening, but painful. The dog would survive. Ethan exhaled, not realizing he'd been holding his breath. He paid the bill. Didn't think much about it. Some decisions aren't logical. They're just necessary. The vet asked, "Are you taking him home?" Ethan paused, then nodded. For the first time in years, he didn't overthink. The next morning felt strange. The apartment wasn't silent. There was movement, soft footsteps. Ethan opened his eyes. And then, the dog, sitting beside the bed, tail wagging fast, eyes bright, like Ethan had been gone for years. Ethan laughed, a real laugh. He surprised himself, and slowly, things began to change. Quietly, gently. Morning walks. At first, Ethan dragged himself out of bed, but the dog waited, patient, hopeful. Feeding times, vet visits, slow walks after long night shifts. And without realizing it, Ethan's routine began to heal too. He woke up on time, not because of an alarm, but because someone was waiting. Weekends didn't feel empty anymore. Silence wasn't scary. He didn't realize it, but the dog was putting his life back together. One evening, Ethan came home late, exhausted, mentally drained. The door opened, the same excitement, the same joy. No questions, no expectations, just happiness. Ethan stood there a little longer and thought, I thought I saved him that night, but maybe he saved me first. Life didn't become perfect. Bills were still there, work was still tiring, but something had changed. Ethan smiled more, not for the world, for the dog waiting at home. Sometimes you don't need motivation, you don't need advice, you don't need answers. You just need someone who's happy that you exist. He saved the dog that night, but slowly, the dog saved him back. So let me ask you something. When was the last time someone was genuinely happy just because you came home? Not because you achieved something, not because you were motivated, just because you existed. And if you remember the previous story where motivation failed, but a simple system quietly held everything together, maybe this story is saying the same thing. Maybe motivation was never the point. Maybe it was about building something that shows up for you even on your worst days.